Today, in the diary of I Told You So, an article from Mike.com. Poll. A majority of Democrats want the party to move left and oppose its leadership. Yeah. I mean, I'm gloating here, but at the same time, I shouldn't be gloating because every one of you knew that was the case. Fucking Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. People are going to look at them. Yes, they're the future. But they've been in politics forever. And it was with them in power that you had the Democrats lose 1,000 seats. 1,000. I'm not sure we could have lost that many seats if we tried. You put us in that position, at the height of Democratic power, there's no way we'd lose that many seats. But the specifics of this poll are absolutely amazing. A new Harvard-Harris poll finds that the majority of Democrats and the overwhelming majority of young Democrats believe that the party is insufficiently to the left. 52% of Democrats polled say that they support movements within the Democratic Party to take it even further to the left and oppose the current Democratic leaders. The strongest support for moving the party left came from young Democrats, with 69% of Democrats ages 18 to 34 saying they support those left movements. The poll also found that Socialist Senator Bernie Sanders continues his streak as the country's most popular major politician, with the highest favorables of any candidate among all respondents, as well as among key subsets including African Americans, Hispanic people, and young people. Okay, yet again, I told you so. One of the grossest smears of Bernie Sanders was that, come on, let's keep it real. He can't win with minorities, okay? You need Hillary. You need Hillary in the general election because obviously she does better with minorities. Well, I just told you. He actually has the highest favorables among any candidate overall and the highest favorables among African Americans, Hispanic people, and young people. And by the way, how do Democrats win? Democrats win when there's a gigantic youth turnout. Old people always show up to vote. It just is what it is. That's what the numbers show. Young people do not. They say, look, you got to show me something. Show me something. Inspire me. Tell me what you're going to do. Show me how you're going to represent me. When somebody comes along like Hillary Clinton and she's like, yeah, I'm pretty much not going to do that. I'm just going to continue the status quo. They go, whatever. So two very important groups. Well, there's a variety of very important groups for Democrats. But you need to have a high turnout among millennials. You need to have high turnout among minorities. And you also need high turnout among working class voters in the Rust Belt. Again, a group that did not turn out for Hillary because she's a corporatist, and a group that would have turned out for Bernie Sanders. So what we're learning here is not just that Bernie Sanders is the most popular politician. We already knew that that was the case. Every poll to this point has shown that. But what we're learning is, particularly among young Democrats, they even correctly identify what they want to do with the labels. So oftentimes you've heard me say on this show, labels largely don't matter because a lot of people don't know anything about labels. So for example, people who in the primary in the Midwest self-described as more conservative voted for Bernie Sanders overwhelmingly over Hillary Clinton. Now you'd say that makes no sense. Hillary's more conservative. That's right. It does make no sense. Hillary is more conservative. So the only explanation to that is what? These people call themselves conservative, but they don't even know that they're really populist left. Because they say, I agree with everything Bernie says, but I'd call myself conservative. So a lot of people don't know much about labels, except for one group. There are young people, millennials, who are just more educated on this stuff in general. So, and when you're more educated on it, you can correctly identify the problem. And there's 69% of Democrats, age 18 to 34. So the future. They're like, yeah, the party needs to move left. That's what needs to happen. The title of this article might as well be, poll, a majority of Democrats want justice Democrats and not corporate Democrats. They may as well have put that, because what they're describing is exactly what justice Democrats are about. Medicare for all, free college, living wage, end the war, end the drug war. These are all things that are moving in a populist left direction with the added benefit of no corporate money, no PAC money. So candidates who are not bought, they're beholden to the people, and they represent the positions that the overwhelming majority of Democrats want to see their elected officials represent, but even the majority of just Americans. Okay. I got to get to another part of this, though, because this is incredible. Meanwhile, nearly 2/3 of respondents felt that the current investigations into President Donald Trump's ties to Russia are hurting the country more than helping. Only 51% of Democrats felt the investigation was helping, with the other 49% arguing it was hurting. Those results taken together appear to bolster the left's broad critique of the Democratic Party, which accuses the party of focusing too much on feuding with Trump and not enough on building a coherent vision for the left. The poll comes out at a time when the National Democratic Party is plagued by infighting over its direction and future. A recent staff shakeup at the Democratic National Committee have left many in the Bernie wing of the party feeling as though party leadership is determined to excise them from positions of power. Trump, for his part, remains significantly unfavorable, tied with his former presidential rival Hillary Clinton with the highest unfavorable rate in the country. But Trump's net favorable rating is actually higher than Clinton's, as well as several other high-profile politicians, including Paul Ryan, Mitch McConnell, and Nancy Pelosi. Again, I couldn't... If I had told you this stuff without giving a source, you would think I'm lying to you. You'd be like, yeah, okay, what? There's a poll that backs up, like, literally everything you've been saying? Yeah, that's right. There is, 100%. Harvard-Harris poll goes into detail. Democrats are saying, number one, move to the left. Stop with your mealy-mouthed, neoliberal, centrist, corporatist garbage. Number two, shut the fuck up with your Russia, 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 and you're focusing on attacking Trump without telling me what you're for. They're saying, I know what you're against. I got it. You don't like Trump. Understood. What are you for? It's not enough to say, oh, yeah, he's bad. He's like really bad, bro. Okay, but then if people vote for you, what are you going to do? What's your vision? And that's why they're saying also move to the left. Because the answer should be, like I said a zillion times, Medicare for all, free college, living wage. You have to stand for something. You have to stand for something. If you're just positioning yourself as anti-Trump, that's ridiculous. Because you have no ideology. You're just saying it's a game of personal politics with you. I don't like him, so vote for me. Even though I'm not going to tell you what I'm for, and I'm not really for anything. But I'm just against him. Recipe for disaster. You should, yes, resist and oppose him because his policies are draconian, but say, I don't want to do that. Here's what I do want to do. JusticeDemocrats.com/fight. If you think we can't win, then you just weren't listening to what I was just saying about how they already agree with us. They already agree with us. The Democratic Party already agrees with us. The people and the country agrees with us. So let's make it happen. JusticeDemocrats.com/fight.